Hi, hello. I'm looking very muffled up today because it's very cold. I've had the heating on and off in stages, but with the cost of everything, you can't leave it on all the time anymore, can you? Just looking who sent me a message. Oh, it's Hayley. She's looking at the coat that Amora made. Ooh. Well, looks like I'm here on my own. I shall talk to myself for a few moments. Oh, hello, Esther. The weather is so don't ask. It's cold, it's wet, it's miserable, it's horrible. So I don't think we need to discuss the weather. Hiya, Sophie. Hiya, Shad. Oh, my necklace is hidden under a pile of stuff. It's a sort of a ethnic type thing today because I'm wearing oranges under a pile of everything else because I'm so flipping cold. Right. It's covered up now because Shad's been and gone. Right. Oh dear. I've got my coffee in my Urban Gypsy crochet mug. Yeah. If you're wondering, that was my name when I had an Etsy shop. So I had the mug and I had a project bag and all sorts of things with my logo on. But of course, the shop's not open anymore now. So hey ho, and the merry will be. Well, I haven't done much of anything this week. I haven't done any crocheting really or anything much. I'm still doing my hexagon jacket. I'm going around the bottom. Oh, if you can hear me bangs, and I'm afraid it's either early bonfire night or people are celebrating a belated Halloween. I don't celebrate Halloween. I was just put that on my title. I never have. Probably never will. And where I live now, it's mostly elderly people, so there was no little kiddies knocking on the door trick-or-treating. It's a good job because I didn't have any chocolate for them anyway. Gosh, there's a lot of bangs and tweets going on here. Somebody must be having... Bonfire night over here in the UK is November the 5th, where we celebrate the attempt by Guy Fawkes to blow up Parliament. And don't we wish he would have succeeded, yeah? But that's by the by, isn't it, yeah? You know, they'd probably rebuilt it by now, though, wouldn't they? We'd have still got the same lot of muffets that we've got now. But we won't go into that, eh? We won't go into politics. Well, what have I been doing today? Well, first of all, I was watching some old videos of how the UK was in the 1950s. And when you consider I was around in the 1950s, I'm thinking, oh my God, was it really that bad? I mean, I can remember it being very cold. I can remember no central heating. Nobody had it by then. You know, we all huddled around the fire. That was all, only heating we had in the house was one fire. You know, no indoor bathroom, nothing like that when I was little. You kind of forget about all of that, really, as you grow older. You kind of, I don't know, get accustomed to the fact that we've got heating. Can't afford to put the blooming thing on, but we've got heating. And the fact that we've got an indoor plumbing, you know. No more tripping down to the bottom of the yard. It wasn't a garden, it was a yard when I was little. No more tripping to the back bottom of the yard to the outside lobby, you know, in the freezing cold with your torch. Yeah. And you were lucky if it didn't freeze. You know, the number of times it froze and you couldn't flush. That was charming. You know, you'd have to go out with a bucket of water. Oh, the good old days. I kind of don't... I mean, rationing didn't end until 1953. And it was the same with sweets. The sugar rationing ended in 1953. And when you think about it, I would have been 8 in 1953. And yeah, I don't, well, I suppose I'd grown up without sweets, so I didn't know. I mean, today's kids would go potty, wouldn't they? You told them they couldn't have sweets and they couldn't have chocolates and stuff, but we just never knew. I mean, when I was born, I never knew there was such a thing as chocolates and sweets and stuff. We did get a little bit of Christmas, but, I think we all went crazy when, well, I didn't go crazy when rationing ended because you had to pay for it, didn't you? We never kind of had the money for luxuries like that. But, so that's what I've been watching. I've been watching wartime, well, not wartime, after the war on rationing, when food was scarce, how people cooked. I've been watching the recipes of that. And, all sorts of things. Shh. What's that, Shad? SXHOV. Oh, you've retracted it. What was it meant to be, Shad? Oh, dear. I think Shad's having trouble with his fingers on the keyboard. Are you that cold, love? Your finger's not working. I can sympathise with that. I've got my heat pad on my back here. I've barely been out this week because I think I told you last Saturday I'd come home on the scooter. I've had mine on, Sophie, but you can't leave it on, can you? You can't afford it to be blasted on, yeah. I keep putting mine on for a couple of hours and then hoping it stays warm for a bit, yeah. Hiya, Chris. The time was you just put it on and you never thought about it. You just left it not pounding away, it was always on low, wasn't it? But, you didn't have to think, can I afford it, did you? But now you're frightened of putting it on. Because everything's gone up, probably the same in America as well. But in the UK, everything's gone up. The utility bills. Every time they come, they've gone up even more. Every time I get a message from the energy companies, we need to put your bill up, yeah. Hey, Nathan, we need to put your monthly subscription up, I wouldn't mind if my pension went up at the same rate, but it doesn't. Oh, dear. Never mind, eh? Yeah, food's gone up here. Perhaps not kind of what I buy. I'm not into luxury products and stuff. I tend to buy very basic things. So they have gone up a little bit, but not quite so bad as if you want to buy lots of meat or lots of things like that. I tend to be very economical with, oh God, it keeps dropping off my knee. I'm wearing one of those beautiful, I won't call it what I mean to call it, from Shein skirts. It's made out of, stuff you wouldn't need to stand next to a naked flame wearing it, let's just say. And it's very thin, very flimsy and shiny as anything. So anything I put on my knee goes flying right off it. I've worn it for the first time today, and I think it will be the last time I will wear it again. Oh, vegan food. No. I don't eat vegan food, no. But I don't eat an awful lot of meat. But I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan, no. But I do eat a lot of fresh veg and, fruit. I think people who eat more, how can I put it, buy steaks and stuff like that, they probably notice things have gone up a lot more than I do. I tend to go for what's on offer, whether it's chicken or whether it's pork or what it is. I go for what's on offer. And then I don't go with a menu when I go shopping. I just go and see what they're offering, and then I'll buy that. Yeah. I work my menu around what I've bought. But steak, I can't remember. Well, I bought stewing steak that you make casseroles with. Even that's expensive, but I certainly haven't bought anything, like grilling steak or barbecuing steak. Not bought that for years now. Long, long time since I bought that. And joints, like, I don't mean joints, not that kind of joint. Joints of meat. I haven't bought, legs of lamb or anything like that for years now. Oh God, here we go. Fireworks. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, you like seafood, yeah. I mean, I live near to Fleetwood, which technically in the years gone by was a seafaring town. But now, oh God, my fringes got all weird. But now there's no fishing boats. Well, I think there's maybe 4 left. So fish is very expensive here. It was cheaper when I lived in Prestwich, when I went to Bury Market. You could get some really good bargains there. Because I do like fish and I will eat fish. I tend to eat fish or chicken a lot. I'm not a lover of red meat, not an awful lot, no. Besides which, it's so expensive now, isn't it? Mm. I don't think the farmers see that money. It's just somebody makes a profit out of it, don't they? And it probably isn't the poor farmers. Bangers and mash. I wish I like. I'm very fussy with my sausages. I know it's daft, but I really like the cheap, ordinary sausage. I don't like, these fancy ones where they have stuff in with the sausages. You can buy about 70 different kind of flavours of sausage. I don't like that. I just like sausages, just plain, ordinary, like Irish sausages. I don't like it when they've got chilli and whatever in them and stuff in them and herbs, spices, Lord knows what. I don't like them. I just like ordinary sausages. Probably the cheapest ones on the market are what I have, yeah. Oh dear. So did you all celebrate Halloween? I didn't. I can't, never have done, never will. Hi Enid. I just don't believe in it. It's too commercialised and too faffing about now. It's just, people go crackers, don't they? All this decor and stuff, pumpkins everywhere and all sorts of stuff. And I'm like, nah, I'll just save me decorating for Christmas. That's if I do it. I mean, last year I didn't have a Christmas tree because I knew it. Well, I was supposed to be moving in November, yeah. No, I don't like Halloween at all, no. It's just stupid, I think. The kids might like it, but it's daft. I'm sorry if you all like Halloween, but I don't. It's commercialism, isn't it? It's just another excuse for people to spend money. Well, I'm pretty low key with my Christmases, Enid. I don't go potty. I do put a tree up, yeah, and I do put my nativity up. Um, but I don't go crazy like some people do. You're buying in tons of food and tons of this and that and the other. I buy a bit of extra because I think you do, because you want to treat yourself for Christmas, don't you? But it's one of your. Oh no, I hate it. I really do. I'm sorry, Edie, but I hate Halloween. All this stupidity, dressing up like ghosts and stuff. It's daft. I yeah, I don't do like commercialised Christmas, really. You know, Christmas to me is for children. You know, when Ian was small, it was lovely to watch him opening up the Christmas presents and stuff like that. No, well, I live in a sort of an apartment, not an apartment, a retirement type area. So there's very few kids around. So nobody come trick or treating, yeah. Oh no, I don't want trick or treaters. No, thank you. When you live on your own, Chris, you don't want to open. When you're my age, you do not want to open the door when it gets dark, unless you're expecting anybody. Yeah. You know, so if anybody did knock on my door, I'm afraid they did sometimes when I was impressed, which but I didn't answer the door. I just won't. You know, when you get my age, you just don't know what's on the other side of the door. Unless you got a spile, you know, you can peek through the door. But then if it was a little kid, you wouldn't see it because it'd be too low down. No, I'm afraid I'm not into Halloween. Yeah, I need a camera. I definitely need a camera. I've got a doorbell camera, but it only points at next door, and the driveway doesn't even point at my driveway because it's like the way the door's situated. It points outwards. It just points out to next door's door. I see more of their visitors than I see of my own, yeah. I want a camera facing down the drive so I can see when anybody's coming up the driveway. It's another thing, you know, it's on my wish list. I've got a great long wish list. Have you all got wish lists? I've got very long wish lists. The first one on my wish list is to get an outside tap and some new taps for the kitchen because they're very old and very wonky. These, you call them faucets, don't you? In America, taps, how we call them taps. I need some new ones, yeah. You're on the phone again, Linda. Tell your friend, will you, that not to keep ringing you when you're on here with us. Tell him to buzz off. He must have now else to do on a Saturday but phone you. You could tell him I said that. Yeah. Right, so what are you all doing today? I'm still doing this blinking cardigan. I haven't done much this week. I've not been. Well, you know I hate to moan, but I've not been that good, so we'll leave it at that. So I didn't go to Monday Knit Club. And I didn't go out on Thursday to brunch with my friends. I just couldn't face it. I was just so cold and wet and horrible. Well, it's the 1st of November now, isn't it? So, hey-ho. A new month. A month nearer to spring. I think we've got all the cold weather to come. You're working on the second duck? Clock? Duck? We don't have Thanksgiving over here. We have... The next one for us will be bonfire night, which again I don't like because I don't like all the fireworks. So, but we don't have Thanksgiving. It's not an English or a British pastime, you know. You're loom knitting. Woohoo! Is it still the pink one or have you finished that one? I want your hat, Sophie. I put a thing up on Facebook saying I'd been looking at the Goth stuff. They have parades and that at, oh yeah, the Game of Wool, if I remember, tomorrow night on Channel 4. if you're in the UK, with Tom Daly. Don't know what they're doing, but it's something to do with knitting. And a bit of crochet, I hope. Otherwise, if it's all knitting, I'll get very bored. Yeah, I was put a thing on about Goths. I was looking at the Goths in Whitby, is it? I love those top hats, with the roses and the feathers and the lace down the back and the goggles on the top. I wouldn't wear one probably. Maybe I'd wear it in the house, or I might wear it on here. Yeah. Somebody said they have them on that tea place, and I've just been looking at a whole video of people who've ordered things from there, and instead of getting what they thought they'd get, they're getting things that are about that big. So if I'd have ordered a hat from them, I'd probably get one that perched on top of my bun, It would probably be a Goth hat for a doll, yeah. So I don't think I want to order it from there, yeah. You're going to crochet on your autumnal throw? Yeah, the Whitby Goth weekend. I've only ever seen it on videos, of course, because obviously I've never been up there. It must be a sight to behold, seeing all these people all dressed up. I don't like all of the Goth gear because I'm not a Goth, I just like some of the fashion. Because you know me, I'm a bit of a would-be fashionista. I would be if I had the money. If I had the money, I would dress completely different to the way I dress now. But, oh gosh, the fireworks are going boom, boom, bang, bang. I've been naughty today. I've ordered 2 lots of wool. I discovered today when I put this outfit on that I don't have a brown cardigan. And I've only got this one orange one. So I ordered some brown and some orange, only plain and only the cheapest wool. Well, it's not wool, is it? The screen keeps flashing, oh, sorry. Maybe it's the fireworks outside that's affecting it. Oh, I saw it do it then. Oh, all I can hear is bang. But it did it again. Ooh, I hope it doesn't stop working. Otherwise, it's going to be a very quiet night for everyone if it goes off completely. It was funny at my other house. Why do I always go the wrong way with my friends? When I lived in Prestwich, I used to have orbs that kept going up on the screen. And everybody kept saying it was like a celestial presence or something. I don't have the orbs here. I've got the flash in there. It goes again. I don't know why it's flashing. Tap the camera. Hope it stops. Nope. Sorry, people. I hope you're not epileptic. God, it's doing it even worse now. My light's not flashing. It's just flashing on the screen. Well, the other week I had buzzing, so take your pick. You've either got flashing or buzzing. I'm working on my squeaky wool. It's that play. Ooh, what's it called? Play. Yarn Smith's play double knit. It's very squeaky. Oh, hi, Ethan. Oh, gosh, here we go again. It's going to flash all night, I've got a feeling. Right, come on with your thumbs up, people. I've got 18 thumbs up and 26 people in the room. So somebody is not. The last video I did, not a live one, I had 320 views, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you all very much. But I had 38 thumbs up. Something not right there, isn't there? I'll never be a superstar. I've told you that before. I want to be a superstar before I die. It's getting closer. I'm getting older by the minute. I haven't got a lot of time left to be a superstar. Yeah, it's rubbish, isn't it? Why do people not give you thumbs up? Why do they not? I suppose unless they make content, they don't realise it's important, you know. But honestly, 38 thumbs up out of 300 and something views, yeah. I'm like, oh, thanks a lot, mate. I mean, I shouldn't be ungrateful. At least 320 people looked at me. I shall never be one of those that's got 301,000 subscribers. Never mind. I'll never get that, that little plaque thing you get that you put on your wall from YouTube. No chance of that. No chance whatsoever. You've got to have 1 million and whatever subscribers to get one of them. I'll make one out of cardboard. Stick it. Oh, God, it's flashing like mad here now. Stop it. Ugh. Make one out of cardboard and stick it on my cupboard door. I'll have to have one sometime. Yeah. So I haven't done much really, apart from being naughty and ordered some wool. But as I say, it was the cheapest wool. Well, cheapest acrylic. We call everything wool. I'm like Sheila. Everything's wool to me. I don't call it yarn. I come from a cotton mill family, and yarn to us was the stuff that you spun, like cotton stuff. That was yarn. Everything else is wool, even though it's not wool. You're with me? But that's what we call it all, wool. Boom, another one. Boom, boom. I've got my coat on. One of my jackets, so you can't see it because it's not one of the jazzier ones, is it? One of the indigo moon ones with the. This one's only got a bit of embroidery on it. There's no sequins on this one. I was watching a girl who lives in Ireland. Well, she's not a girl, she's 23. She's got more clothes than the average clothes shop. She gets them all thrifted. Don't know where she buys them from because when I go thrifting, there's nothing ever in the shop. And she has all these sequin skirts, sequin tops, sequin everything. I'm like, where does she get them from? Must be a lot better thrift shops in Ireland than there is around here. I go in round here and I'm like, well, if you think I'm paying a fiver for that T-shirt that didn't cost that in the first place, you've got another thing coming. That's my attitude when I go in the charity shop. Yeah, you can pay £5 for a designer T-shirt or something gorgeous, but when it only come from Primark in the first place, I'm not paying a fiver for it. I mean, people say, oh, it's for charity, it's this and that, but if they sold things at a reasonable price, then, they would be get a lot more money in. Oh, hi, Claire. Oh, you've been in and out of hospital. Yeah, hopefully. You are on the better side. We shall all keep our fingers crossed for you. Yeah, wool is wool, so you call it wool, don't you? To me, it's wool. It might be acrylic, but it's wool. The only thing I call different is cotton, because that is cotton, yeah. So I'm not calling it yarn, yeah. So we've all got our fingers crossed for Claire, and hopefully she's out of hospital and she's not going back. Yeah. Yeah. My friend's husband's just had his leg amputated below the knee on Thursday. Was it? No, Wednesday. So I'm hoping he's okay. He was in a very bad accident and it's just never really healed. So sadly, he's had to have the bottom half of his leg amputated. It's not a nice thought, but if it saves his life and, makes him more mobile, then, I'm all for it. the young teenager as he was at the time who used to babysit my son. He lost part of his leg through, diabetes. But he said it was his own fault. He didn't take heed. When they told him he was diabetic, he didn't behave, So he has a prosthetic leg now, yeah. Hi, Dottie. Yeah, it is freezing tonight, yeah, and the fireworks are going off around here. My screen keeps flashing. There it goes again. I don't know why, and I don't know how to stop it, but it's doing it. And I'm busy just crotcheting away here. It's more or less, apart from knit club I crocheted, I think it's the only crocheting I've done all week. That is bad. That shows I'm not myself, doesn't it? Because I never stop crocheting. But when I'm feeling off, I just don't crochet. So if I say I'm not crocheting, then I'm a bit, yeah. Oh, charity shops, they're just, oh, the yellow flowers. No, I don't switch them on now. They're in the spare bedroom on the window bottom, but they're not switched on. Yeah, charity shops. I mean, times are hard. Money's short with everybody, unless you're a millionaire. And if they were a millionaire, they wouldn't be going in the charity shop, would they? Let's face it. But, it's people are looking for things they can afford these days. And if they keep putting the prices up, I mean, I've just bought myself a new handbag. It's not an expensive handbag. It's only a cheap plasticky handbag. And it cost me £15 from Amazon new. They were asking £20 for them in the charity shop. And they weren't leather or anything special. And they wanted £20 for the handbags. And I'm like, come off it. I'm just buying one off Amazon for £15 brand new. All right, it's not designer, it's not a Radley or anything like that. But I'm not one of those kind of people that wants a label, if you know what I mean. It doesn't bother me at all. Oh, this is going to get on my nerves now, this flashing. Oh, they don't seem to have pound rails in our shop. Yeah, I went in the big one that opened. I mean, when it first opened, it was great. Everything was dead cheap and it was packed. People were buying, buying, buying. The last 2 times I've been in, there's been nobody in it. And I've looked along the rails and I've thought, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. I know it sounds mean, but, if it was worth it, I'd probably buy it. But I'm not paying £5 for something that didn't cost 5 in the first place. But these people who say, oh, I've bought this. Other places in England, or UK, I should say, don't charge as much as they do around here. They must think we're affluent. But I'm not really all that fussed because it's not my style anyway. I don't wear knee-length dresses. There's rails and rails and rails of knee-length dresses, and I don't wear them. I only wear full-length dresses. So there's nothing long enough, and there's nothing my style. So I don't really get tempted. When I lived in Prestwich, honestly, it was brilliant there. They had some really good bargains. But round here, nothing. I think people just donate their tat. Stuff they don't want, The trouble is I don't want it either. I watch all these programs like on thrifting and, even in the UK, people find brilliant things and I'm thinking, they don't live around here. Well, the fireworks are all going crazy. I don't know where they're from. My friend always used to try to find Clarice Cliff, if you remember who she was, pottery. She never did, but she was always living in hope that she would find it, you know. She was an absolutely brilliant charity shopper. She was. She used to come to me when I'd be in the shop and she used to say, have you got a tenner? And I'd say, why? She's got a couple of things that just you. And I'd find this £10 for her and she'd come back and there'd be fabulous things. And they would be just my size and they were great. She lives in Scotland now, so otherwise I can't send her out shopping for me anymore. Yeah, she used to have the patience to go through. What gets me about this big charity shop, they don't put them in sizes. They put them in colours. So I just get, I can't stand and I can't walk. And I can't take my big scooter in, obviously. And I just get so fed up, going down the rail, trying to find my size. And I mentioned it to them a couple of times to the women, and they just go, oh, I have no plans to do that. We just do it in colours. I said, well, you could put the small ones at one end and the big ones at the other. It's not that hard when you're putting stuff out, is it? Oh, it's not the way we do things. So you have to start looking at 8s, 10s, 12s, then you go back to an 8 again, then you get a 16, then you get another 8, and gets on my nerves. So after about 10 minutes, I get fed up and I come out. If I could go to a rail that was my size, I could see my size on the rails. And you just have to look through those to see if you like anything. Still, I've always been in charity shops that were size ordered, except this one. And it's massive, this one. But everything's just a great jumbled heap. It looks very nice, very clean, very tidy. All the stuff is beautifully clean, you don't find any scruffy stuff, But it just annoys me that I have to stop, going all down the rail to find anything that's my size. Whew. Anyway, I shouldn't be buying anything anyway. I had a list of things to do this week and not done any of them. I had to mop the kitchen floor, not done it yet. I had to hoover, not done it. I had to iron, not done it. What else did I have to do? Or sew the buttons on this jacket. Then I decided I didn't like the buttons I'd chosen, so I've ordered some more off eBay. So I've got to wait while they come. I didn't have any purple buttons. I found some that were like kind of lilac, and I thought, no, I don't want them. I want purple. So I've ordered some more purple buttons. They're only cheap ones. They're coming, hopefully, sometime next week. So then I'll finally sew some buttons on it. No, my kind of shops are like Moonbeams and Mayhem, very boho, very what's it, but very expensive. So I could only treat myself every now and again. I might get myself, well, I've got a dress and a skirt. One will be my birthday, one will be Christmas, that I haven't worn yet, but I'm saving. They're one of the things I need to iron, actually, because they came a bit screwed up. Hi, Sandra. Yeah, sorted by colour, not by size. It's stupid, isn't it? You can it's big enough. They have rails of colour. They could do them my size. And that's my bugbear. I feel like writing to head office saying you get a lot more trade if you sorted them by size. It's all my friends have said the same thing. It's not just me. All my friends have said we get fed up looking. I know people who do charity shops say, oh, you shouldn't just go by your size, you should look either side of your size, because, you know, some things are differently sized. So you could be one size in one brand and you could be another size in another brand, you know. But even so, I like to know where the general area of my size is, yeah. Maybe I should write to head office and say we would buy a lot more. Me and my friends would buy a lot more if you put them in flipping size order. The shawls have finally been picked up, so they're on their way to wherever they're going. I don't know where they're going, but they're going to some old folks' home, hopefully. Hope they've not just been distributed around some old ears that are in the lark home. They're supposed to be going to an old folks' home. I've still got loads. I've got a massive big box full of oddments that people have given to me. So I'm going to have to start again with some more shawls. At the moment, I want to make 2 purple things to go with this new dress and the new skirt. I want a sweater to go with the skirt, and I want a cardigan to go with the dress, because the dress sadly has short sleeves. So we shall see. I found the wool. I did have wool in the garage that matches, so I don't need to buy wool for that. But as I say, I don't know what happened. I did used to have a brown cardigan. I probably threw it away because it probably went fluffy or something. Oh. And I still need to sort my crochet books out because they're everywhere. Oh, I've got an itchy back now. So when I said on Facebook that I wanted this goth hat, you know, this, I asked what kind of things would people like to wear if they had the courage or the money. What style of clothing would you go and get? You know, what do you admire but know you would never wear it outdoors, but you like it? It's like me with this top hat. I would never wear it outdoors. I just fancy this. And I love the gothic look of all the layers and flounces and big skirts and things like that. You know, is there any kind of thing that you would like to, well, you would like to think you could wear, but you know you never would, you know? Do you fancy the gothic look, or do you fancy, you know, other kinds of look? Retro, you know, high street, whatever. What, you know, what do you fancy that you like but would never wear yourself? But you admire it on others. No, I'm not bothered about what people think, Chris. I'm just saying, what style, if you had all the money in the world, what style would you choose to wear? You know, would you just still stay in the same clothes, or would you buy something completely different to what you normally wear if you had all the money in the world, you know? I mean, I'd dress like Stevie Nicks, you know, flowing things and flouncy things. And I mean, she used to wear like wedding dresses, didn't she, on stage and that, you know? That's the type of thing that I would go and buy, you know, the really boho, really flouncy stuff. Oh, the mid-century, yeah. Yeah, boheme, yeah. I would definitely be boheme, yeah. Yeah, head to foot, you know, the beautiful tailored coats and things like that, you know. I actually like, you know, do you remember the coats that everybody used to wear with the fur all the way around them? They were like, I don't know whether they were made of suede or what they were. And they had big fur cuffs, didn't they? And everybody, all the hippies wore them. They probably stunk to high heaven, but I've always wanted one of those. And they had one in the charity shop, but it was 50 something pound. And I thought, oh, it were really tatty. And it weren't even my size. You know what I'm talking about? They're really, everybody kind of wore them. I think they were suede, weren't they? Insane cat lady. I'll tell you what's my absolutely hate. Old dears who wear these fluffy jackets with cats and dogs on the back of them. No! Yeah, Regency period, yeah. I do like the tailored things, tailored coats, like long coats that are tailored, that go in at the waist, if I had one, go in at the waist and out, I don't like shapeless, baggy things. And of course, if I had the legs, I like the Mary Quant style, where they were short and stuff like that. You'd have more kilts, yeah. Did you see on Facebook, there's a lady crocheted a full-sized man in like army attire, but he's wearing a kilt. He's full size. How much patience would you need to do that? Oh, tattoos they're not for me. Each to their own, but they're just not for me. I mean, this girl I was talking about that lives in Ireland that's got all these gorgeous clothes, she ruins it because she wears like a miniskirt and boots and stuff like that. She's only young, don't get me wrong, she's got the figure. But her legs are covered in tattoos. And I'm like, now that just spoils the look of the sequins and stuff with these tattoos hanging down your legs. No. And she's got other things through her nose as well. I call them bull rings, I'm thinking, why? If you buy a decent kilt, Chris, they're already done. You don't have to fold your own pleats. They're already stitched. They're stitched onto the waistband. You don't have to fold your own, yeah. My son had a kilt for his wedding, and they're very, very expensive. You have them made to fit you. You don't just buy them off the peg or anything. He got rid of his because, of course, he put a load of weight on after his wedding and it wouldn't fit. I don't know what he did with it. Probably sold it. But I know he paid a lot for it. You go and get them made for you. It's so that they swing, right, yeah. Yeah, they have all the buckles and that on, don't they? And you have to have your sporran and that, yeah. Oh, no. There's not many of them about, Chris. Most of them are already stitched, yeah. There's one, when I was a teenager, I went to, where did I go to? Wales. And there was a regiment there, a Scottish regiment, and they all had the kilts on. And, 16, 17-year-old girls, we were like, oh, wow, don't they look nice. What was funny when we saw them paddling in the sea with their kilts. Well, But they did. There's something about they look great, yeah, with the dress uniforms or with the kilts. I mean, some of them had the plaid trousers on, and they didn't look the same. They look much better in the kilt. They probably weren't even good-looking guys, but you know, they just looked the part. You know, I was a sucker for a man in a uniform. It's tradition. If Linda wasn't talking on the phone, she'd tell you it's tradition to wear the kilt in Scotland, you know, for formal occasions. Yeah, people still do it. It doesn't have to be just for a wedding. Yeah. No, the plaid ones are plaid. I mean, it was part of the uniform. They could wear the trews or the kilts, but we didn't like the lads that were wearing the trews. We preferred the lads that were wearing the kilts. Well, if you had to do your own pleats, you'd be there forever. I had a kilt when I was a little girl. It was probably expensive, so my mother bought it. So it started off up. I mean, I didn't have boobs in them days. It started off up here, and it gradually got lower and lower. I think it was practically worn out by the time it got to my waist. She believed in getting her money's worth out of me stuff, my mother did. So she probably paid quite a bit for this kilt. It was red with a kilt pin. You had to keep moving the kilt pin around because it started wearing a hole, you know, where you kept putting it through. You had to keep moving it about so that the hole wouldn't get too big. Pinterest keeps sending me things. I mean, they're very nice, but I wish they wouldn't keep coming across. Oh, hi, Helen. Yeah, my son had to get rid of his kilt because I think he put too much weight on. It wouldn't go round his belly. Yeah, the ladies just wear the sash. You're listening to Simply Red, yeah. I was never a fan of him. I liked one or two of his songs, but I was never really a fan. It's funny you have people that you like, and you know, but then you have people that, not so bad, okay, you know. I wonder if I've got this long enough yet. I don't even understand this Gen X stuff. I'm that old, it all goes over my head. I'm like, what's Gen X? How old are they? Who are they? Well, you could think about that at 3 o'clock. You're right there, Dottie. Then you could let us know next week whether you'd wear a crinoline or a flapper girl outfit, yeah. Late 60s to the 80s. Is that what it is? In other words, then my son's one of them then. I don't think he thinks of himself as having a label on him. Yeah, you'll let me know. Whether you want to swan about in a crinoline or dress like a flapper girl with a feather. No, that's never been one of my looks, yeah. I remember my son once asking my mother, did she wear a crinoline when she was young? And she said, how old does that child think I am? Grandma, did you wear a crinoline? I think it might be long enough now. For some reason or other, this has come out a different size to that green one, yeah. Oh God, Sandra Rhodes, yeah. Some of her stuff was a little bit too outrageous for me, but I did like a lot of her stuff. I wasn't that keen on the other designer. What's she called? The one who did a lot of plaid. She died not long ago. Vivienne Westwood. I wasn't as keen on her stuff. She was all into plaid and leather and all sorts of weirdy stuff, wasn't she? Oh, beige. Fade into the background with beige. Designer beige. Ugh. Yeah, she was more into punk stuff. Vivienne Westwood, yeah. I used to like Bieber, which I never had any Bieber, of course, because obviously I could never afford it. Bieber and Mary Quant. I had fake Mary Quant stuff when I was younger. You know, with a miniskirt with the daisies on, or the dresses with the daisies on and stuff. They weren't real McCoy, of course, you know. Who could afford that? But, oh no, beige should be scrapped. Why is it that ladies, when they get to be nondescript and they get white hair or whatever, and grey hair, they want to wear white, beige and grey? Beige and grey might look good if you've got dark hair or, you know, you're young enough to carry it off. But I find it's all the old dears that have beige and grey hair that want to wear beige and grey. And I'm like, do you like fading in the background? Yeah. You see, sadly, that's what finishes up in my charity shop. Tons and tons of beige. Suede's all right until you get it wet. I had a gorgeous suede coat and I got caught in a downpour in Manchester and I had to come home on the bus. And you could see everybody going all round because it stunk like an old cow. I felt really self-conscious. And I felt like I said, it's my jacket that stinks, not me. It absolutely stunk when it got wet through. And you had to pay a fortune to have them cleaned. I had mine cleaned once. They do it with sort of like a powder stuff. It cost me back then about £20 to have this coat cleaned, which is a fortune. But if you get any grease on suede, it will not come off. So never wear a suede jacket and eat your dinner. Oh God, I've got the dentist 10 o'clock Monday morning. Scale and polish. I'd rather have teeth out. They always dig in, don't they, and make you bleed when they do a scale and polish. Oh, money was no option. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot, Dottie. We're talking about money being no object, aren't we? If it got wet, you just throw it away, wouldn't you? Buy a new one, yeah. What do you think about this new trend that a lot of these so-called celebrities are wearing, them see-through dresses and skirts. That's disgusting, isn't it, you know? What do they want to show their boobies? They might as well just not wear anything. They're walking around with all their boobies hanging out. No. Cover up, love. You know, see-through dresses with just the G-string underneath. No. It's not classy at all. It shrieks of attention seeking, doesn't it, you know? Hey, look at me. You can't get anybody to look at you. Oh, yeah, Kylie's hot pants, yeah. I'd never get in a pair of them these days. I was talking to a lady on Facebook and she said she'd like to wear a bustle, you know, and I thought I've got my own at the back, thank you. I don't need a built-in one. She caused quite a stir in those hot pants, didn't she? Weezer. The only thing I can think of with Weezer is, what was it called? Steel Magnolias. When she was called Weezer, one of the characters in it. It was Shirley MacLaine, I think, in Steel Magnolias. That's the only thing I know about Weezer. She was probably called Louisa, but they called her Weezer. Was that Wheezy? I always thought it was Weezer. Good film, that. I've watched that a few times. I've never even heard of them, so you know what I'm like with music. I didn't know anybody you were talking about last week, Dottie. I look at the charts these days and I don't recognise anybody. I'm like, who the heck are they? And all these people who lead singer of this has died today, and I'm like, who? The top band such a thing, and I'm like, who? Wheezy from the Jeffs. All I can think is the Jeffersonian, when it was on Bones, was it called, that TV series? Didn't they work for the Jeffersonian or something? Museum. See, I'm just not with it with music at all. I was never a Buddy Holly fan at all. He was around, of course, obviously, when I was young, but he was never one of my favourites. When you're young, you tend to have one or two favourite bands or people that you like. I mean, I'm the age where I should have been an Elvis fan, but I never was. I never was an Elvis fan. Some of his tunes are all right, but you know, like some of my friends were, oh, Elvis, Elvis. And I'm like, no, thank you. If they were, I wouldn't even know who they were then, Chris. I don't even know the famous ones in the 80s. Dottie seems to like obscure bands I've never heard of. She named about a dozen last week. I've never heard of one of them. I've done that many of these hexagon jackets. I'm really fed up with doing them now. I never thought I'd say that, but I am. I'm not doing another one for a bit. Got an itch. Ooh, got my hook stuck now. Pass, Chris, pass. I always remember talking to somebody and his handle was 9-inch nail. And I said, oh, that's disgusting. And he went, it's a pop group. And I went, oh. I thought he was talking about a part of his anatomy. Bragging. When I finish this, I'm going to start the purple. Don't know what cardigan I'm going to do. Yeah, I found that out later, but I thought that was his handle. You know, the handles that they have, whatever they call them, on the chat shows. I thought he was being rude. I can't think I've ever heard anything by them. My son was heavy metal, but I don't think he had anything by them. I had to like heavy metal because my son used to pound it through the floor. I'd be on my computer down in the dining room and he'd be directly above me in his bedroom. And I had a fluorescent light tube, but it used to be going bzzz, bzzz, bzzz all the time. And I'd be trying to talk to somebody on the computer. And they were, what's that noise? It's my son playing music. I like some of Madonna, but not so much. Never been that much of a fan of hers. And I've never really been a fan of U2 either. Bono. I don't like it when pop stars and that get political. Start banging on about climate change and politicians and Lord knows what. And I'm like, you're there for the music. Just keep your politics to yourself, you know. They should stick. Yeah, they should stick to what they know, shouldn't they? Which is singing. Just keep singing and stop it. You're not a politician. You're not banging on to us who we should be voting for. Just stop it all. Because what they don't realise is they'll lose fans if some of their fans are like the opposite party of what they're banging on about. It's always going to be a 50-50 with your fans, isn't it? 50% will agree with you and the other 50% will say, oh, I don't like your political views. So just stick to your singing and have done. Then you'll have 100% of your fans, won't you? We've had it over here. Yeah, when they start getting all political and talking about things, and there was one at some last festival going on about Israel or the other one at Arabs or something. I don't know. Why? Just leave it out. Getting people to sing a song about something or I don't even know what it was about because I'm not political at all. Oh yeah, I bet they're divorced now, aren't they? That couple. I wonder how many other people that kiss cam's caught out. They do it at football games. Well, they don't do it over here, I don't think. But they do it in America, don't they, at baseball games and football games and stuff, where they do that kiss cam thing. I mean, if you know they're going to do that, why go with somebody else's husband? Hello? Asking for trouble, dear. I mean, when I was married, I didn't go off with anybody, I didn't commit adultery. But if I had have done, that would have been my son who would have seen me. I would have gone to some remote pub somewhere in the middle of nowhere and my neighbour would be sitting next to me or something like that. Thankfully, I never did that. I would have that kind of luck, being seen with somebody else's husband, yeah. The only time I got accused of that was I'd gone to Berry Market and I met my friend across the road, my neighbour's husband in Berry Market. And we finished our shopping and we got the tram home. And somebody said to my friend, you want to watch her across the road? She was with your husband in Berry Market. Luckily, we'd already told her we'd met up in Berry Market and come home on the tram. It shows how they start rumours, don't they? It was totally innocent. I hadn't gone with him at all. I met him in Berry Market. He was doing his shopping. I was doing mine. We decided to catch the tram home together. I think one of us had a kid with us. Either I had my son or he had his son. I don't know. It was totally, absolutely innocent. But honestly, luckily she just laughed about it because he'd already said, I met Jan at Berry Market. So there was nothing clandestine about it at all. It just shows you how these rumours start when you're being totally innocent. Didn't even fancy him. Wasn't my type, if you know what I mean. I was only being friendly. Doodly-doo-doo-doo. I'm doing the sleevey bits now. I hate doing the sleeves because you have to keep twisting your jumper around and round and round. Oh, I've got hiccups now. Tra-la-la-la-la-la. La-la-la-la-la-la. Irene used to love that programme. Everything stopped on a Saturday morning for the banana splits. That was when I wasn't working on a Saturday. Oh, got a yarn. Ooh, ooh. Oh, it's twisting round and round and round and round and round and round. Everybody's gone quiet. Oh, it's all gone quiet over here. Or is it over there? Oh, it's all gone quiet over there. Yeah, we used to watch the monkeys as well, yeah. The monkeys. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. Totally silly, weren't they? But the kids loved them. I don't think there's any left unless it's just Mickey Dolan's. I think they've all passed away now. Arian probably watched Tis Was. I'm too old for all these programmes. I can remember them from Arian watching them, yeah. Oh, here we go. I was late going to bed last night, and then I didn't get up till 11 this morning because I woke up at 8 o'clock with the alarm, and I thought, no way. So I just turned over again. Well, it was about 2 or 3 o'clock when I went to bed, so at 8 o'clock I thought, no, I'm not getting up now. Nothing to get up for. Well, I did. I had a load of housework to get up for, but I didn't. Yeah, well, my alarm goes at 8 o'clock, but when you go to bed at 2 and 3, there was no way I was getting up at 8 o'clock. I thought I'll be asleep before I get on a live. And I did actually fall asleep. I was listening to one of Miss Marple's stories on YouTube and fell asleep this afternoon. Not for long, probably about half hour I went to sleep. I need my sleep these days. I never did. I mean, at one time I used to exist on about 6 hours sleep a night. That was a good night, sometimes even less. I'm a very much a night owl. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It's quite normal for me to go to bed. Then I wonder why I'm knackered at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll have to get up early on Monday. I've got to be at the dentist for 10 and it's going to take me, well, about 3/4 of an hour at least to get there. So I'll probably have to leave my house about 9 o'clock. Why do they always think because you're older they can give you early morning appointments? I've not read either of them, Dottie, no. I'm a murder mystery kind of girl. Oh, oh my God. But while I'm crocheting, I usually put Miss Marple or something like that on. Some mysteries on the YouTube. Short stories, about an hour long. No, I tend to stick with mysteries, really. I'm not like a romance, and I'm definitely not a historical person. I don't like historical, I don't like sort of futuristic or whatever. You know, sci-fi books, I don't like them. My mum used to always use lanolin. A lot of people are allergic to it, aren't they? But she never was. No, I don't like fantasy at all. You know, futuristic fantasy and weird kind of sci-fis. I used to read, what was he called? Oh, I've gone right off it. He wrote The Fog and something else. I read all of his and then I just went completely off it. They were like a bit futuristic, a bit weird. I do sometimes like biographies, but it depends whose. I'm ploughing my way through Margot Margolese, as she called. And I'm finding it very boring, actually. I thought it would have been really good, but I'm finding her a little bit boring. She's not in real life. It's just her books are just like kind of name drop. And just like, oh, she worked at this theatre and she went to this theatre. And so I just got a bit bored with it. I can't finish it, yeah. Oh, Barry Cryer, yeah. One I did enjoy a long time ago was David Niven, The Moon's a Balloon. And that was biography or whatever. Do you not read Miriam Margolyes? Don't bother. It's just a very boring book. A one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. I remember that one. That's from my youth. Oh, I've got an itchy back. One book I'm stuck reading. I think it's because I watched the TV series. You know, the Durrells. Gerald Durrell, was he called? Yeah. Coffee. Why, you're on your ninth cup? Yeah, I couldn't get into the book because it wasn't like the TV series. So I couldn't read the Durrells after that. I've still got the book. I've only got halfway through it. I might have another go at it. It's coming back on again, the TV series, isn't it? Yeah. Anybody in the UK that does knitting, are you going to be watching it tomorrow? If I remember, I will. With Tom Daly. Some knitting thingy-majiggle. Oh, I've got an itch. It's driving me potty. It's driving me potty. I've got to itch it. Why can you never find the itch when you're itching it? Why is it never where you think you're itching it? Channel 4 tomorrow. 8 o'clock. You might be able to get it on catch up. Oh, oh, oh. I've got it. I've itched it. Yeah, 8 o'clock. I'll probably forget to watch it. You know what I'm like? Hi, Lydia. Well, some of our UK shows at the moment are not worth having. There's some really good ones that they keep advertising, and then they say, oh, they're on Netflix, or they're on this, or they're on that. And I'm like, oh, for goodness sake. You know, why can't they be on a channel I've got? I'm like looking forward to watching it. Then I realise I can't. I just have to hope they go on YouTube eventually or something. Oh, here we go again. I hope I'm not making you all yawn. I've not done any shopping. Well, I say I've not done any shopping. I went for some bread to the corner, well, the non-corner shop. I haven't done any big shopping. I tend to only do big shopping when my niece comes. About every 6 weeks, I do a really big shop. And then I make it do. It's like our Poundland. Our Poundland's about £1.50 now. Chucky. Before I came on, I was watching a video about, you know, the tea online shop. People ordering things and getting tiny little things when they thought they'd ordered something full size. Something arrives that looks like it's for a doll's house. When I was saying about these top hats, somebody sent me a link saying they've got them. I said, oh. I said, if I get one, it'll probably come about that big. Fit me doll. I think I'll stick with one. More expensive, but I know it's going to be okay. I know it'll fit a human head. That's about right, Chris. A woman ordered a Christmas wreath for a door, and she got this like a shower curtain with a picture of a door with a wreath on it. She thought she'd ordered a wreath, you know, that fits on the door. When I ordered, I got a pair of kitchen scissors that wouldn't even cut paper. What else did I get? Something else that bent. It was something for the kitchen, and when I tried to use it, it just bent. On a nail file that lost all its I used it once and it lost all its grit. It's just, you can see there's no grit on it now. Just wore off. It was supposed to be a diamond nail file. Well, she did one, did she? Some people, Denise is always ordering from her. Everything I order turns out to be a pile of rubbish. My son said, will you stop ordering off them and filling our dustbin up? So I've given up with them now. Oh, I can't watch the lives. It's like watching paint dry. Sorry, Sheila. I need to get another ball. This bloody horrible skirt, everything's falling off it. It's from that Sheen place. Absolute rubbish. Oh, Mrs. D's new haircut. I wouldn't let my, well, I wouldn't have let my ex-husband anywhere near me hair. Very trusting. Somebody with a beard cutter near me hair. No, thank you. I think she looks better with it a bit longer, though. It looks a bit short, a bit demented up there. Yarn bath. Looking for the end. Where's the end? Oh, God, where's the end? I've got two ends coming out of me. There it is. Yeah, I'm making those hexagon jackets, but that's just all come out of the middle of my ball. I cannot deal with working from the outside of a ball and keep spinning it round. I have to knit from the crochet from the inside. But then every now and again you get yarn bath comes out. It was the Yarnsmith's play double knit. It's getting big, it's getting on my nerves now. I'm trying to go round and round a sleeve, and it's because I've got this shine skirt on. I only called it something else. It's cheap, slidey material, flimsy. You know, the kind you'd combust if you went anywhere near a flame. But it won't. This cardigan won't stay on my knee because of this. I think this is going in the charity shop bin. Can't be coping with it. It's a nice colour, but it's like you order it and you think it looks nice, and then when it arrives, it's really crap material. That's the trouble with most of the shine stuff. They use rubbish polyester. I'm sure none of it's got their flammable, what do you call it, certificate with it. You'd probably go up in flames if you went near the gas fire. I thought it was nice colours until it arrived. I still like the colours, I just don't like the material. I don't know if you can see it or not. Nice colours, but it's that absolute flimsy. Listen, it's squeaky stuff. Ew. Horrible. And it's cold, so I won't be wearing it again. It'll go in the wardrobe. It might come out in the summer, it might never. It's very thin, yeah. I'd say tissue paper. The last two dresses I bought, I'm just not going to keep. We don't get summers like that over here, Chris. You know, we're lucky if it pushes 80 over here. I prefer cotton. And all these cheap shine dresses are all made of polyester. Do you remember that patchwork dress I bought? Oh, I don't think I'm ever going to wear that again. That's this same thin, flimsy material. Oh well, who wants me? Somebody wants me, I wonder who. I wonder who it will be. Oh, stop it. Didn't realise it was going to be a video. My touch screen's not working properly. I think my phone's getting old. I've cleaned the screen, it's just... No, I think it'll make it into the charity box. Don't it? Hi, Val. And it's freezing cold, even though I've got leggings underneath it and an underskirt. And it's still cold. It's like I've not got anything on. I'll be putting my blanket on soon. A girl in leggings? Oh, God, only they've got the figure. 9/10 of the ones round here shouldn't wear leggings. That's my honest opinion. It's like a sausage stuffed in a very small skin. Leggings are for the slim. I only wear leggings for warmth. I wear them under my dresses. I wouldn't dare to wear them out. Yeah. Only if they're slender. Anything plus size, no. And it's the plus size who tend to wear the leggings, I've discovered. Apparently, according to fashion, leggings are so last year. They're not fashionable anymore. Not that it'll stop the ones round here wearing them. They don't wear them with a sweater dress round here. They wear them with a short t-shirt. I don't find leggings warm on their own. I wear them for a layer. You know, they're like tights, yeah. We were just talking about that before, Lydia. You know, them celebrities who are wearing those see-through dresses with very, very little, well, nothing much underneath them. With all the, let's just say, all their booby rosebuds on display. And when you get to the bottom half, they're only wearing a thong. Nah, not pretty. I mean, they might have a good figure, but, you know, keep it, you know, keep the air of mystery. They don't wait for Halloween round here. It's always the big fat lasses as well. They wear leggings that are a size too small. And to say they've got a muffin top is putting it politely. I wish they would cover up. Gee whiz. You know, you think, do you not have a mirror before you leave the house? Do you never look at... I always check myself before I leave. I've got a full-length mirror and I always look at myself before I go out. As my dad used to say, They must be good soldiers. And I said, why do you say that? He says, because a good soldier never looks behind. Oh no, subtlety. I mean, to me, if you have to dress like that, well, like the stars do, in order to get attention, there's something wrong. You know, when they go on the red carpet and they're wearing next to nothing, and you're like, if you're a good enough artist, if you're a good enough actress, you wouldn't need to show everything off like that. Oh, tinfoil. But the ones who used to wear tinfoil on the head, so they couldn't get they couldn't get attacked. It was supposed to stop the rays coming from outer space. I mean, some of the outfit. I mean, some of the things that Cher's worn. I mean, she's similar age to me now, and you're thinking, Cher, cover up. There's nothing looks more aging, I think, than somebody who's trying to pretend they're young. I think that makes them look older to me, my opinion anyway. You've been binge watching the repeat of Downton Abbey. Woohoo! I never got into that programme. I don't know why I never got into it, I just never did. The last time I watched anything like that was Upstairs Downstairs, if you remember. Mrs. Bridges. Yeah, mutton dressed as lamb. You know, when they try to wear clothes that 20-year-old girls should be wearing and they're getting about 50 and 60, sometimes even 70. And you're like, oh, give it up, love. They look at the fashion pages and think they're going to be able to wear them. And I'm like, they're young. They're not for you when you're 50, 60, 70. Yeah, Mr. Hudson. I'm getting fed up with this now. I wish I had something else to work on. I'm very monogamous, really. Monogamous, yeah, when I'm crocheting. I've only got two things. One's been in hibernation for ages, and this one. When people start saying they've got 16, 17, 18 projects, and I'm like, what? Stick to one thing. Finish something off, for goodness sake. I've done 6 stitches on this cross stitch this week. I've done 10 stitches on this one. I'm like, just work on one. Get it done. Yeah, I usually had 2. Yeah, 1 knit, 1 crochet. The reason I stopped the other crocheting is I don't think I've got enough wool to finish it. I would if I did short sleeves, but then I don't wear short sleeve cardigans, so I'm like, I don't know what to do. I've got part way up a sleeve, and I'm looking at what's left on the machine cone thinking, I don't think there's enough. So I don't want to finish one sleeve and then find I don't have enough to do the other sleeve. It's tricky really, isn't it? Oh gosh, still fireworks. No, I can't deal with all these people who have things in. They're opening project bags and opening this project bag and saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. Oh, for goodness sake. I'd never finish anything, Dottie, if I had all these projects on the go. I'd forget where I were up to with them, and I'd forget what up they were on, and yeah, you did, yeah. You're lucky. Never happens to me, that, Lydia. I've ordered 2 lots of wool today. It's only because I haven't got a brown cardigan and I want another orange cardigan. Because this one's got colours in it. I want a plain orange cardigan. I like to have cardigans that go with my outfits.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Did you hear that? That was me. Alexa. Thought I was talking to it and I didn't say her name, did I? She's not sure how she can help me with that. Because I didn't ask you anything. When I had one in my bedroom once, it woke me up in the middle of the night. Saying I didn't understand the question. Can you ask me again? And I'm like, what? What? Eh? Was I talking in my sleep? Yeah, it was lonely. It wanted to go home with Lydia. Nothing like that ever happens to me. I'm never the one that they choose to give a free chair to. But then again, I don't beg, so. The only thing I say is my Ko-fi link's underneath the video. If anybody wants to support me and buy me a coffee, thank you very much. But it's not compulsory. You don't have to join anything. Occasionally people do buy me a coffee and it's very nice. Makes me feel wanted. I've got what's this coffee machine. It won't stop. A friend gave it to me and she said it was working when she gave it me, but it won't stop filling up. So you have to stop it manually before, otherwise you just get a bucket full of watery coffee because it just carries on going. I'm not a ground coffee person. I'm not into strong coffees at all. You know, these coffee machines and that, I can take them or leave them. No, I tend to crochet more than I knit because knitting sets my shoulder. I had a broken shoulder years ago and it's left me with, I presume, arthritis in it. And every time I knit, my shoulder starts to hurt, yeah. So I have to knit in short bursts. I mean, at one time I knitted all the time, but well, they're on top of the unit over there, the pods I've got for it. They're supposed to be the right pods for the machine, but it just won't stop filling up with water. So I got fed up with them. I got some latte ones and some breakfast coffee ones. They'll probably stay there now until I die. The machine finished up on the window bottom in the second bedroom because I moved it in there when we painted the kitchen. Yeah, I fell originally. Many, many, many moons ago, I fell. Val's got a broken shoulder as well. She fell. I can't remember. No, I didn't fall. I went to keep fit. And you know when you do that arm swinging, I can't do it because I might do it again. You know when you swing your arms around that way, then you swing them around that way, and it went. That was it. Broke my shoulder. I was obviously too vigorous with my keep fitting because I did used to do keep fit when I was younger. Not in the gym. I'm not a gym bunny. Nothing more boring than walking on that treadmill. I call it the road to nowhere. Not interested in pedaling that bike, going nowhere. You never hear about that Peloton advert anymore. I think they've died a death, haven't they? Everybody who bought them Peloton bike things. And they cost a blooming fortune, didn't they? I bet everybody's stuck with them. They're probably using them as a clothes rack now. They're probably. One of my friends used to have one of them treadmill thing. You know them where they go like that with your arms like that. And it was in the hall. And every time you went upstairs to the toilet, you had to shimmy past this thing. They never used it. They used to hang the coats on it. And I said, why don't you get rid of it? I said, it's taking. What's been on tonight? Well, what's been on tonight? Oh, I've got an itch. Itchy back again. I'm still on that blinking thing, Val. Can't get rid of it. No, this wasn't a it was, are they called a cross trainer where you move your arms like that and your feet go like that? They had it in the hall, right at the bottom of the stairs, because it wasn't a big hall. And every time you wanted to go to the loo, you had to squeeze past it. And I said to my friend, why don't you just get rid of it? Put it somewhere else. Yeah, it might have been a cross trainer. They used to hang the coats on it, which made it even harder to get past it. And I wouldn't mind, but my friend was a bit dodgy on her pins because she had cerebral palsy. And I said to her, it's only you don't break your neck coming down them stairs. Yeah, Peloton. I never fancied one anyway. But I bet loads of people bought them, didn't they? And they're stuck with them now. It always tickles me about Christmas time when you get these JML stuff you don't need and you don't want, and it's twice the price as if you looked on Amazon. Yeah, it's only $9.99. You only can get it for $5.99 on Amazon though. Only available through, only available online. Don't lie, because it's not. Last year it was those mirrors that hung on the back of doors, didn't they? And they had 3 bits. You could see all sides of you. See all sides of your head. So you can do the back of your head to the front of your head, and you hung it on a door. I thought, yeah, you're doing your hair behind the door, and somebody opens the door and smacks you in the face. Yeah, it was a flash in the pan. I don't think you ever hear about them now. But I don't know whether you have JML in America, but JML sells these silly products every year that nobody wants. One year it was like a buttoneer thing where you put your buttons on with a plastic thing. If your button had fallen off, instead of sewing it on with a needle and thread, you put these, like, you know, them little plastic things they have on tags on clothes. You shot this plastic thing through. You're supposed to keep your button on. And I'm like, how wonderful is that? Because everybody wants to go around with a button fastened on with a bit of plastic. If you're too lazy to sew it on. I had a friend like that. She put some stuff to go to charity shop. I said, what's wrong with that blouse? She said, the buttons fell off. I said, and? She said, well, it's fell off and I don't know where it is. I went, oh, give it here. So what I did was I took the button off the cuff, yeah, sewed it on her blouse, sewed her a different one on the cuff. And she was, no, I sewed 2 different ones on the cuff, that's right. And I gave it to her back and she said, aren't you clever? Where did you find a button from? I never told her. She never noticed she got 2 different buttons on the cuffs. Your back window, oh, have you got rid of him? She has a friend who insists on ringing her up every time she's on here. Used to be KTEL, it's JML now, yeah. All sorts of stuff you don't need, yeah. Those hand stitches where you stitch like that, holding it. Honestly, who the heck wants one of them? They'll be advertising some at this Christmas because they always do. You know, it'll stick in you, won't it? If you're sticking it on with a plastic thing, the little plastic thing will stick in you. Oof, my back's hurting. I'm getting fed up of crocheting this now. I'm getting fed up of this. Going round and round and round. I'm going to stop. He's asleep. Well, he fell asleep and left you to it, did he? I hope you've hung up. I hope he's not paying for the call after he'd gone to sleep on you. I've had it now, finishing this row and I'm putting it down. I've had enough. We're on the road to nowhere. QVC, that's another thing that makes you part with your money. I never watched it. It's full of stuff you don't need. And the idiots that do they always have some numpty fella on, don't they? That doesn't know what he's talking about. Advertising stuff you don't need. Yep, I'm starting doing the sleeves now. Started going downwards. So I'm getting fed up of it now, so I'm having a break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Oh, it's all wrapped round everywhere. Put it on there. Put it on there. Oh, it's wrapped round my button now. Flipping thing. Bits of wool everywhere. Where's this coming from? Don't know. I want my blankie. This stupid skirt's freezing. I've got one of Shine's rubbish skirts on, Linda. It's plumbing freezing. It's that flimsy stuff. It won't keep you warm in a heat wave. A sandwich toaster. I bought one when I came here. I never used it yet. No, mine's a proper sandwich toaster where you butter it thing and then put it in the... You don't put it in the microwave. Oh, some people are. They buy any old rubbish, don't they? I bet everybody's kitchen cupboards are full of junk stuff that they never use. You know, like, not saying nobody uses, but loads and loads of people buy bread makers and never use them. Other stuff like that. I bet if you went through other, not in my kitchen because I haven't got them, but I bet if you go through a lot of people's kitchens, they're full of gadgets that they never ever use. I mean, I use mine. I use my crock pot and I use my soup maker, but I haven't got all these other gadgets that people buy. We have a friend that's addicted to creating craft. I watched it one time and they had this little amigurumi, you'd call it, like a little foxy thing or something, and the kit was about 20 or 30 quid, and I'm like, you're joking. It's not blooming, what do you call it, Angora or merino, it's just blooming wool. The kit was about 20 odd quid for this tiny little thing like that. I thought, yeah, right. And then they had another one that was like granny squares, and the kit for that was ridiculous. And I'm like, God, you could go in the wool shop and buy the wool and do it yourself, you know, because you didn't need the pattern. It was just a granny square jackety thing. It was nice, but the kit was ridiculous, like 40, 50 quid for the kit. And I'm like, sorry. And they were going, oh, this colourway is sold out. Oh, you have to be quick. This is sold out. And I'm thinking, who the heck's buying it? More money than sense. So that was my experience with creating craft. I couldn't be doing it. And they had a guy on there who was completely and utterly stupid. I hadn't got a clue what he was talking about. And I'm thinking, why have they picked him? Why don't they pick somebody who knows what they're doing? That was the trouble with that creating craft. Half the people didn't know what they were talking about. Mm-hmm. I'm going to sit here doing nothing now, which is not like me at all. But I'm fed up of going round and round and round. Everything I buy recently has got a flex on it about that long. And you're like, oh, you can't put them anywhere. You have to put them right next to the plug. You think you won't bend today. Sore, because I've been crocheting. I think that's why you see lots of gadgets in charity shops. People buy them and they're either too big for them, they don't use them, or whatever. Like bread makers. Some people use bread makers, but 90% of people who buy a bread maker never make a loaf. It's just something that they have. Oh yeah, I've got a bread maker, but I never use it. Yeah, okay, fine. I don't want one because I know I wouldn't use it. The amount of bread I eat, there's no point. If you have a big family and you like making bread, I would imagine so, but you know, if you buy a loaf a week, it's not much point having a bread maker, is there? Because if I did have a bread maker, I might start eating more bread, which is no good. No good for my diabetes and no good for my figure. I read an article the other day that surprised me, actually. I never knew where my IBS came from. It just sort of came out of the blue. It doesn't seem to be affected by different things I eat. I've done food diaries and everything, and I can't find the trigger. And I read an article in, I wasn't Googling for that, on ankylosing spondylitis, which I've got. And it said it can cause IBS because of the way that it presses on your muscles and stuff. And I'm like, really? Is that where my IBS comes from? Is that why I can't find a trigger? Apparently, it could be my back that's causing me to have IBS. Really? I never knew that. I shall run that past my GP next time I never go and see him, but you know what I mean. Next time I try to go and see him. Oh, I'm not looking forward to the dentist. I hate scale and polish. I'd rather have a tooth out. They always dig into places and make your mouth bleed. They poke at you. Yeah, like that. As they poke into a hole you didn't even know you had. And I've got very sensitive gums, you know, so they always bleed when they poke at them. And they go, oh, you've got a bit of gingivitis. I thought, I've been telling me that for the last 20 years. Go away. I ain't going to do anything. Or to get more money out of you. Oh, you need this, you need that, you need the other. No, just clean my teeth and let's go away. I hate it when they say, you've got to go and see the hygienist. I'm like, no. Luckily, I paid for it because I paid for it before and he didn't have time to do it. My fringe is going everywhere. This camera is like back to front, so it seems to have stopped flashing now, doesn't it, for some reason? Oh no, spoke too soon, it just did it then. Yeah, so, oh, you need this. I paid for it last time and I didn't have time to do it, so luckily I don't have to pay. On Tuesday, they tried to charge me, I'll clout them with something heavy. I ain't paying any more money. If he starts talking about them 2 other fillings, he can sit, swing, swivel and break dance. That's what we used to say. Long before it was rude to put one finger up, we used to put one finger up and say, sit, swivel and break dance. I can't put one finger up now because it's bent. Not quite the same effect when you put one finger up, is it, when it's bent? I know if I go to the doctor's, you want to put an injection in the bottom of it. And it blooming hurts when they inject your hand. It's one of the worst places you can have an injection. I'm not a wimp, but oh God, it doesn't half hurt. They tell you beforehand it's going to hurt. My God, it does. Because they stick it right in there, they stick it. Painful. And I need to get my flu jab, but they don't do it when you just go in. You have to make appointments, and I never make the appointment. And I keep getting these memos. You have to ring up, No, oh, God. That fringe is annoying me now. The camera goes the opposite way to where I think I'm poking it. If I could just walk in and get my flu jab and come out again, I'd be all right. So they tell me I've got to make an appointment and stuff. Don't bother. I'm not coming all the way up here just to get a flu jab. Well, I don't have to. They're always in such inaccessible places where they have these flu jab things. Yeah, and I've got to call on Monday. I've got to go to the dentist and I've got to call to see if my prescription's ready, which it may or may not be. Oh, that's another thing that annoyed me. When I used to go online to order my prescription, you just did click, 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 click on little boxes on what you wanted. Now I've got to type everything in that I want, which involved me squinting at the labels on my prescriptions, my boxes, because they're that tiny little right and I couldn't see them. So I didn't know how to spell them because they're all great big long words like bendoflumethiazide, and you think, spell that without looking. So there was a thing saying feedback. So I told them exactly what I thought about their feedback. So whoever designed this has got no regard for anybody who's got arthritis in the fingers and can't see. So, let's go back to the old way. The old way, it was just written out and you put a tick next to it if you wanted it. Now you've got to write it all out. And they gave me 3 boxes. And I thought, and it said you can write more than one thing in a box. So I wrote everything in the first box. And then I couldn't get past the second and the third box because there was nothing in it. So I just put a Y and a Y to get past them because So it doesn't say, it just says you can put as many as you want in the first box. So I did, I put them all in the first box. Ugh. Yeah, I'll have to see if they'll do my flu jab while I'm doing it. They come near me without COVID, they can go and tickle off. I haven't got a paper prescription, they don't give them out. They just do them online now at my doctor's. You have to order them online. You can't ring up, you can't do this and that and the other anymore. You just got to go online and tell them what you want. You can't even save it all so that you can cut and paste it, because don't get me started. Everything you do, they make it difficult. You can't ring up to get an appointment now. You've got to fill in a long thing online. When did it start? Have you had this before? Describe what your symptoms are. You're there typing. I feel sorry for anybody who doesn't have. No, I don't have a paper one. I don't have my things delivered, you see, because I've got to be in. They don't tell you when they're coming. Oh, I hate that. Click on this to prove you're not a robot. I'm like, as if a robot would be trying to order my prescription. Yeah. Or you go in and you type your password in, your name and your password, and then it says, we will send you an authorized number to your phone. So the phone goes tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. And then there's a number you've got to type in. And I'm like, oh, God. And I wouldn't mind, but there's a tick box that says, do you want them to remember you for next time? So you tick it yes. No, they don't remember you. They send you a little code every time. It's so annoying. I mean, at one time, you used to just take your repeat prescription in, which was a paper one, and write on it what you wanted, tick, 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 and put it in the little box in the doctor's surgery. They got it the day after. Now they want 48 hours notice and you've got to ring them up. Not ring them up, you've got to fill it in online. And even then, when I go for it, you can bet your life they don't have my injection. It's like Russian roulette with my injection, whether they have it or they don't. Ah, well, you see, it's in short supply because so many people are on it now. Well, stop giving it to the fatties and give it to the diabetics instead then, because we're the ones who need it. I don't take it for weight control. But here we go. It's no good whining because you don't get anywhere. I mean, they know I have it every month. I don't know why they can't have it in stock. They don't seem to keep it in stock. They have to order it for me, and then it doesn't come in. I sometimes wonder what's in all those boxes. You look in the pharmacy and it's all got these boxes of stuff in. And you're like, what's in them then? Because you never seem to have mine. We owe you this, we owe you that. Can you come back? No, can't come back. Can you deliver it? Well, we don't know when we can deliver it. Might be Tuesday, might be Wednesday. Well, what time? Oh, don't know that. Could be morning, could be afternoon, we don't know. So I'm not stopping in all day. I do have a life. I could just go to sleep. If I go to sleep, will you let me know? nod off because I'm not crocheting, isn't it? I've had enough of that though, going round and round and round the sleeve. Oh. What unexplained noises in this house? I said it before. I only notice it on a Saturday because that's the only day I kind of sit. And it's like creaks and groans and noises like there's somebody in the loft. And I know there isn't. Unless I've got bats up there. No, they won't, Val. You've got to sign for it. Especially the injections. You've got to sign for the injection. You've got to be in, otherwise they won't leave it. It wasn't so bad when I lived with my son and my daughter-in-law. Most times somebody would be in, if I was getting something delivered. But 9 times out of 10 it got returned because there was nobody in at the time. Or nobody answered the door at the time. They don't hang about. There's not many squirrels about here, Dottie, I've seen an odd squirrel. Well, that was in the park across the road. When I lived in Prestwich, we had a bird that used to come and nest in the eaves every year, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's 800 and something over here for a month. I've not seen any sign of a bat, so I don't think it's a bat. I think it's just creaking in the house. Yeah, it's 800 and something a month. Works out £200 a jab, doesn't it? Or £200 a week. I'm not on it for weight loss, though. I'm only on the low dosage. People are on it for weight loss are on 15 milligrams or something. I'm only on 5. So I won't be losing any weight on it. Here we go again, creak, creak. I know what some of the noise is. I've got a wind chime hanging outside the conservatory door. And every now and again it bangs on the window. But it isn't that kind of noise. It's like a creaking noise. That was the fridge. I know what that noise is. When the fridge kicks in, it's like a motor noise going zzz. That, but this is definitely creaking. Yeah, that was the fridge going bump. And the freezer goes zzz. Because it's next to me here. Over there. Got the fridge and the freezer. There was no way I wanted that freezer put in the garage. That's where it used to be at the other house, and it used to annoy me. It used to annoy the heck out of me. Every time I wanted anything, you had to go with a torch to go and look in the freezer. It was dark. And it was raining. You had to go out the conservatory door, out in the rain, in through the garage door with your torch to see what was in there. And then you'd have to take a plate or a bowl or something, because if you were only using part of a packet, you didn't want to bring the packet in and have to take the packet back again. Yeah. Oh, God, I used to have that in one of the houses I had. You turn the hot tap on, and then you turn it off, and it's going bang, 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 bang. I did get it cured when I had a new boiler put in. My washer makes everything vibrate on the top of the worktop. When I put the water, and it goes onto the spin cycle. Everything that's on the worktop goes diving down. I've got my blankie on. Oh, I don't often make a blanket, but I did make this one. It's in chunky though. It's only a lap blanket. It's not a big blanket, and I'm freezing. I've got my coat on as well. Well, a jacket is not a coat. I shall warm my heat pad up and put it into my bed before I go to bed. I haven't got an electric blanket, so I can't put anything on before One of my radiators needs bleeding. It's not putting out much heat, the one in the hall. Yeah, I'm not as I've got a hot water bottle, but I'm not as keen. I've got this tatty old heat pad thing. Lost all its colour now. It's been warmed up that many times. It was navy blue. I think it's grey now. It's still a bit warm. I'm always scared of hot water bottles since one busted on me, drowned my bed. It took me ages to dry that mattress out with a hairdryer. Because back then I didn't have a mattress protector on. Now I do. Mine was a bit late because my mattress has got a big stain on it because Rosie peed on it. Oh, that's the dog, by the way. So I've got a big stain on my mattress that looks like I've done it. I've tried cleaning it, but it didn't come on. Yeah, I need to bleed the radiator. The one in the hall doesn't get hot. But sadly, I don't think I've got a radiator key. I need to get one. My son did that sort of thing. Just try bleeding the radiator, get a key. That reminds me, I need to order one. Because I haven't got one here. Well, I don't think I have anyway. My son did that sort of thing. The radiator keys I had at the other house, I don't know what happened to them. Maybe I left them there, I don't know. Yeah, I had a cork board that had all little hooks at the bottom. It was great. I used to hang my keys up and everything on it. Could do with getting another one of them, actually. They're great for pinning things on. You pin your shopping list on it with those press pin things. I don't know where I put it, though. The walls here are like concrete. But it was so handy to have roll little hooks at the bottom. Hang loads of little things. I used to hang my radiator key on there, so I always knew where it was. Hang the garage key on it. All the keys that you need, that you don't need on your key ring, if you're with me. I've got one of those little, the things you're supposed to put your spoon on, so you don't dirty your worktop. It's like a little, I put my keys in there because I've got my scooter key and the keys for the back door and the garage door. They're all in there because I've got nowhere to put them, otherwise I might lose them. I haven't got a hook anywhere to hang them on. I don't know where I could put a thing, a notepad, but I could put one on that one. No, it's over the freezer. Everything had dropped down. I haven't got much wall space in here. The only bit of wall space I've got, I've put some flowers on it, haven't I? Oh, it's a thought, though, getting a cork board, yeah. But the walls here are made out of concrete. You can't get anything on. You need a drill to get anything in here. My friend's daughter locked herself out. And her flatmate, she was out of town. She'd gone on a course for work. So her flatmate, she couldn't get hold of her flatmate to let her in. Oh God, they charge a fortune, locksmiths, trust me. They do. I always leave my key in the door. I know you shouldn't do, on the inside. But then that reminds me to lock the door as I go out and put it in my handbag. So I said, I can't shut the door. I mean, I could lock myself out when I lived in Prestwich because it was a Yale and it used to click too. But this one, you have to physically lock it. So you can't lock yourself out, really. Yeah, I locked myself out at Prestwich once. I think we shoved our in through the window. Made him open the door. Yeah, I don't want to do it. Well, we can't get through the window, it's too small. It was only a little window at the top. I had to push him through. He was like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do it. Scared. He was only little. It was dark because we'd been on holiday, we'd come back from abroad, yeah. My friend's got a key. I gave her a key because she said if you ever have a fall or anything, you know, like my son lives in Spain. She said, my niece, she works in Manchester. So she said, if you ever have a fall or anything, who are you going to get to come in? So it's all right that, but I keep the key in the door, so I don't know if she'd be able to get a key in from the other side. If my key was in the door, but she's got the key anyway in case anything happens to me. In case I fall and can't get up. Yeah. My son's got a key, but that's not much good when he's in Spain, is it? He's not going to fly home from Spain when I'm on the floor, is he? I mean, my niece would come, but she doesn't have a key. I suppose that would be the least of your worries, wouldn't it? I mean, the door lock broken. You could actually break the window glass and, yeah, I suppose. You could break the window. Stop getting somehow, couldn't you? It's cheaper to replace a window, isn't it, than anything else? I'm sure if it was an emergency, they'd come in and get me somehow. But I tried to stay on 2 feet, so, I don't want to fall over. I mean, mostly when I fell at the other house, it was because I tripped over the dog. Well, the dog pushed me over on one occasion, yeah. Well, I never thought about that, Chris. I don't know whether there is. People have said get a key safe, one of those things on the outside of your door where you keep a key in it. But we had one of those at the other house, but we had it took off when we had the house rendered. The outside of it was like plastered, rendered. It with being by the sea, it needed redoing. Yeah. Right, Dottie. Good night, dear. Yeah, I don't like the key safe. No. People only have to press the right numbers and they get in, don't they? It's like them keypads that some people have keypads on the front doors and that. I don't want one of them either. People have only got to stand behind you and see you press the numbers, don't they? And memorise them. Don't forget to dream about what kind of clothes you'd like to have, Dottie. Then you can let us know next week. I haven't got a garden anywhere, so I've not got anywhere to hide. A key under a plant pot is obvious, isn't there? So I don't want to put a key under the. I only got 2 plant pots at the front, so they only got to lift up 2 plant pots, haven't they? And my plant pots are that light; they tend to blow away when it's windy, so don't put them there. It's best if you've got a garden with like a rockery, isn't there? You know, you could choose a different rock, can't you? You don't put it under the doormat. Again, that's obvious, isn't it? You put it under your doormat. That's where 90% of the people put the keys, is under the doormat. It's the first place a burglar will look. Look under the doormat first, then look under the plant pot second. Well, I haven't got anything under mine, so they can look and look. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Quarter of an hour before the witching hour, then I'll be asleep in my bed with my heat pad. I do like my heat pad when I get into bed. Put it in the small of my back. At least I haven't had to get up and groan at you tonight. He's back now, but next door's been away on holiday, so I've been able to groan to my heart's content because he's not been here, but he's back now. Been able to put my music on loud, and I've been able to groan and moan when I get out of the chair. Yeah, I've got a heated throw, but I never think to put it on the bed. I just, put my heat pads in. I usually put my heat pads in, then I go clean my teeth, take my makeup off, take my clothes off, take my hair down. By the time I've done that, my bed's nice and warm. The time I finally get into my bed. No, I don't know why I don't like electric blankets. I just don't like them. I don't know. Not that I'm scared of being electrocuted or what, I don't know. I just use my heated throw when I'm sat in the recliner. I put it round me and put it up here. And then I usually fall asleep. I recline my recliner back, put my heated throw on, start watching something on YouTube, and then I fall asleep. And find out I've missed half of it. Yeah, I must remember to try and watch that knitting programme tomorrow. I'll probably fall asleep, but I'm a bit scared of hot water bottle. I'm going to change. I've got a hot water bottle, but it's got a cover on. And the only way you can take the cover off is to fold the empty hot water bottle in half. So when you're trying to fill it from the hot tap, the cover gets wet. So I want one where I need to make a cover. I can take the cover off to fill the hot water bottle and then put the cover back on again. But this one's like moulded to it, if you know what I mean. It's so hard because you're not supposed to fill them from the kettle because you're not supposed to use boiling water. So I just fill mine from the hot tap. You know, run the hot water as hot as it goes and fill it under there. So then I wet the cover. So that's why I don't like my hot water bottle cover. I should knit myself a cover or crochet myself a cover, but I'm lazy. I've got enough bits and bats of wool knocking about. Oh. In fact, I probably have one ball of this wool left that I'm using now. Oh, I've gone cold again now. I've gone cold. When I'm not crocheting, I go cold. Ooh. I made myself a stew in the little crock pot. So I've got my tea made for tomorrow. Oh, oh dear. Stop yawning, Janet. Stop it. Time to go home. Time to go home. Why does my hair look like it's got blue streaks in it? Must be a trick of the light. It doesn't. Looks like blue streaks. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Night night, everybody. Night night. Yeah. I keep debating whether I should try to do a little video every day. My ex-husband was a little heat pad, yeah. But he used to object to me putting my feet on him. I used to try and sneak my feet onto his legs, to warm them up. You've got stew as well, have you, Val? Yeah, I've got stew today. Oh, gosh, no. If I was rich, I wouldn't fill the hot water bottle up, would I? If I was rich, I'd have the heating on. Instead of sitting here with my coat on and my blanket round my legs. I'm not putting this skirt on tomorrow. It's freezing. I think this is going in the charity box. It's thin. It's like paper, like tissue paper. I tell you, honestly, it's just like tissue paper. Even though I've got an underskirt and tights on, it's still freezing. It's not going on again, this. Yeah, it's a beggar when you have to choose between being warm or eating, isn't it? I have never been scared of putting the heating on. Never in my life. Never been rich, but I've always been able to afford to heat the house on low, Not all day long, but, But now I'm like, put it on for 2 hours, I'm like, I better switch it off now. It's not right, is it? When you're elderly and you're frightened of being warm. I mean, I'm a little bit better off than some pensioners. Not a lot better off, but a little bit better off. I should be getting mine. I've had a letter saying I'm getting mine this year, so that'll just go straight to the what do you call it? An electric board. Well, they do the electric and the gas on the same one. It'll go straight to them because I'll pay it in because I'm already in arrears because they didn't calculate that I was paying enough right at the beginning. So I'm in arrears already without it being winter. They've put up my monthly amount. They've put that up. Oh, honestly, everything just goes up and up and up. I get 25 pence a week more when I'm 80. That's going to go a long way to be heating, isn't it? Oh dear. Probably put your heating on for maybe 5 minutes for 25p, if that. That's probably about as much as 25 pence will pay. And I read something today and it said you could get an extra this, that and the other for cold weather payment. But guess what? I'm not on the right benefit. Being on disability benefit doesn't qualify you for nothing. You would have thought that would be one of the, requisites if anybody's on disability living allowance, that you get these extra perks, but you don't. I just get the same perk that an ordinary pensioner gets. I don't get any more for being disabled. God, honestly. When you get money off your council tax and things like that, you get money off if you're on universal credit, you get money off if you're on PIP, you get money off on this. Do you get money off if you're on disability living allowance? Nope, that's not one of the benefits. Oh, thank you. I should never have paid into a private pension and I would have got more money. Stupid, isn't it, though? Oh, you need a pension, you need to get a private pension, blah, 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 blah. You get something different. I was reading about that. You don't get heating allowance because you're in Scotland, but you get warm weather, cold weather, something or other. I was reading about it on, if you Google it. No, you don't get the heating allowance in Scotland. You get something else. I think you've got to see if you qualify. You're probably like me, you're probably about 2p over. Yeah, get a private pension, they said. But my private pension isn't enough. But yet it's too much to get me any benefits, yeah. It's all unfair, so unfair. Then we get the migrants in the heated hotels, aren't they? They don't pay for the teeth like I had to do. I would have had another £410 in my bank account if I didn't have to pay for my teeth. I would have gone towards my heating, wouldn't I? I wouldn't have to worry so much. But I brought my front tooth and there was no way I was walking about without a front tooth. Life gets tedious, don't it? Yeah, I was thinking of trying to do a little bit of a video each day. Whether I do or I don't know. You might get an odd one here and there for about 5 minutes. But it's got to be longer than about 10 or 12 minutes for you to get it monetized. So maybe you can watch me iron if I iron tomorrow. Maybe you can watch me do that if I charge the camera up. Unless I sit and iron in front of here. This is the only camera that's working at the moment. Because me charging for the camera is now charging up my phone because the charger for my phone broke. And when you go online to order a new charging lead, there's about 74 different ends, isn't there? So you don't know which one this one is. I've done it before. I've ordered about half a dozen before I got the right one. Why can't they all be the same chargers? Why do they all have to have different ends? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go in a few minutes because I'm going to sleep here. little eyes are going to sleep. Yeah, well, my private pension stops me getting pension credit as well, because I'm on the low rate pension. So technically, I should be able to get pension credit, but no, I have a tiny little pension from the DWP. And it is a tiny little pension, but I think I get £10 a week too much. My crock pot's made me sell some stew today. I've got enough for tomorrow. It's only a little crock pot, because I reckoned it would take less electric, with it being a small one, and I don't need a bucket full of stuff. Yeah, I've got leeks in the fridge, so it'll be leek and potato soup on Monday. Yeah, I've got leeks and I've got potatoes, I've got onions. So that's what it'll be on Monday. And probably on Tuesday and probably on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm going to bed as well, Val, now, yeah. Yeah, I make a soup that was on my own, so it lasts me about 3 days when I do leek and potato, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to bed as well. So everybody, thank you very much for keeping me company. And I'm going to go to beddy bows, put my heating pad in and get into sleep. So by the time I've made me brew to go to bed with, take my makeup off, got sorted out, clean my teeth, my bed might be nice and cosy by then. Onion bean soup. Yeah. Nighty night, everybody. I'm going to go. I might see you this week. You never know if I make some more videos. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and then I'm just too lazy bee. Right. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.